and welcome to the Too Faded to Play podcast, the podcast where we drink a lot of alcohol and talk about video games.
Yes, sir.
I am joined here with my co-host and friend, LSD.
Hey, what's going on?
And we have a guest on today's show. Would you like to introduce yourself?
How's it going, guys? I'm Rick from It's Not What You Think podcast. Give us a listen. We explore the history of music.
It's pretty good. I've listened to a good few episodes. I like one of our friends. He's also been on the show. King Buns. He and I love the Sound of Wood video that was done on the channel. Because we were both sitting there very confused. We're like, what is the Sound of Wood? And then it's like a 40-minute video of just
somebody banging on wood. Yeah, there was the Sound of Rocks we did. Then there was like water dripping. It was cool though. It's pretty neat. We're into Gregorian chanting now. So we worked our way from like 40,000 BC and like the Stone Age, which is like the Sound of Wood, Sound of Rocks. And now we're at right around 1000 AD.
Okay.
And it's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff.
What's up, man? That's what's up. So, we met you almost about a year ago, right?
Yeah, just about a year ago. Yep.
Yeah, we
playing some Pathfinder.
Yeah, that's how we all linked up playing D&D Pathfinder.
Yep.
Which is today's topic.
Kind of.
RPG.
RPGs, yeah. Which it is a tabletop RPG. So.
Yeah.
But it's RPG.
Yeah.
So we going off.
Let's get in our drinks first, though. I want to drink.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
So we like this beer. We tried a couple of their different ones, and we're going back to 2 Against the Grain.
Yep.
35K Stout.
They won our drink of the year last year. We had, I think, 3 different Against the Grains last year.
Yeah.
And all 3 of them, we made a list at the end of 2023, and all 3 that we had were the top 3 of that list.
Damn.
So hopefully this lives up to it.
What's the
From
alcohol on here?
Kentucky.
7%.
7%. All right.
Does it have a story? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and get that story out.
We're putting in a swimming pool. If there's enough left over, we're going to fly you all down here to help us dedicate it. This is not your typical Jelly of the Month Club milk stout. This stout is silly, smooth, and sweet, and it's worth the 35K. But you can only have a little, because the rest is ours.
Damn.
So you know where that came from, right?
No.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Jelly of the month.
Let's go ahead and check them out.
Oh.
Damn.
Yeah, stout.
That's nice.
Very nice.
That's got good flavor to it.
That is really good.
It's got a little coffee flavor I'm tasting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that Against the Grain, man. I fuck with y'all.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, they've not missed once.
The art on the can is pretty slick too.
Yeah. Is that a guy in his pocket licking a
it's
razor?
a little dude with a beard licking a lollipop and a fucking...
So that's you, and then me in the pouch.
Damn.
Holding a gun with tattoos. Get out of my pouch. Holding a bag of money. That's hilarious. I'm keeping this can forever. This is good.
That's a great can.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
That's good stuff.
It didn't
good.
explode.
Shout out to Against the Grain. This is the first time I had it.
Yeah, check out their other stuff, too.
They've
Hell
been
yeah.
good. I think my favorite one we've had from them so far was the brown ale, which is the brown note. It's
Yeah, that's one.
the one
yeah.
with the guy that looks like he shit himself on.
He's got the doo-doo stain.
But that one was really good.
The
This
brown note.
yeah. This one's really good too, though. So
Yeah, and in this episode, we got some special stuff. We got some homemade.
Oh, yeah.
Rick was nice enough to bring us some of his, what you got over there?
All right, so I got made a little limoncello.
Okay.
This is an older batch, but still good. And then I brought the special reserve,
Kiss the Grain.
the wild cherry cello.
okay.
And this my cousins made this, and they picked the cherries that they used to make this. So this is
Okay.
straight up wild cherries. This is good. It's a lot smoother than my limoncello.
Okay.
But it does have, because it's cherry, it's got like almost like a cough syrup type of flavor to it.
Okay.
But it's tasty. It's not as alcoholic.
Ain't no fussing with the tussin'.
That's right. That's right. Be robo flipping by the end.
So one thing that we asked all of our guests is top 3 favorite games.
Top 3 favorite games, or at least the ones that kind of stand out to you. Like
top 3, man, that's a tough question because my gaming experience goes back to like MS DOS and like those old school games like SimCity original.
Hey, you go as far back.
Sim Art,
back far.
Sim Ant. But the games that I have the most time in are the Total War games, probably. And my favorite one is Medieval 2 Total War by far.
Okay.
But the second one that comes to mind is Skyrim. I've definitely put way too many hours into Skyrim. It's the only game that I went to the midnight release for because I loved Oblivion. So Skyrim, and then the third one, brand spanking new, Baldur's Gate 3. It's just too damn good. It is easily the best game of the last 20 years. Easily the best game.
I gotta play this guy.
It's so good.
I have to play it.
It's so good.
I think you need to play Skyrim, like an actual Skyrim, because you've only ever played the online one.
And I have Oblivion and I have Skyrim.
Yeah, you do.
Oblivion's goofy as hell.
I've never played them. I got them, and the one that I did get on was Elder Scrolls Online, and I hated it.
It's all right. Yeah. It's a standard MMORPG.
Yeah, I hated it so much because my buddy, he's the type of person who likes to grind. So if he find one mission that's making like most XP, most money, he'll do that same thing 1,000 times. Yeah, and I just got like I can't like. Let's go on the other side of this map over here that we haven't been to. And dude's just like, yeah, you'll die.
Yeah. Well, I know like you liked the Fallout games. You liked whatever that new space Bethesda game was. Starfield, yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Skyrim is just Fallout with swords and bows and arrows.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. I'm gonna give it a...
I think you'll like it. I think you'll like it more than you've let yourself think.
It's a good game, bro.
Okay. I've seen people play it. I just never played it myself. So,
I've owned like 5 different copies of it. So if that tells you anything.
Yeah. 360, Xbox One, PC, the special edition.
Right.
Yeah, I had the PS3. I got the original version on Steam when that came out, and I got the special edition on Steam when that came out. My friend gifted me the anniversary edition.
Okay.
Because you needed that one to do specific mods, and then I bought the VR version.
No way.
So,
wow.
It's a good game.
So, like I was saying earlier, like, you know, we all kind of met playing Pathfinder D&D. That was my first time ever playing D&D ever.
Yeah.
Like, I've always wanted to play it, but I'd never had any friends to play it with. And I remember as a kid, I loved the cartoon, and I wanted to play the game. And when I met y'all, you know, I know Tyler for a minute, but, you know, the other guy that we play, I know him because we used to work together. And he told me and he invited me to the group. So I was like, okay, I'm going to come. Then I told Tyler about it. I mean, told Eggs about it. And boom, I love it. You know, it's fun. I'm not as good as y'all, but
I don't know. You're doing a lot of damage.
You're doing a lot of damage.
That's because I picked the person who shoots from a distance. Like, you got...
It doesn't change the fact you're doing like 50 damage a turn.
It's funny because your story is almost exactly the same as mine, dude. I always wanted to play D&D. Never knew people that played D&D. And then I met our mutual friend at a bar just randomly. We were chilling at Old Mill, and
yeah.
I brought up D&D, and he goes, "Oh, I'm about to head to the campaign right now." I was like, "Oh, okay, let me get your number." And so I just randomly hooked up with these guys, and we've been playing for, man, I think 2 years now. I think you guys joined right at the year mark. And it's crazy because we've had people cycle in and out of that campaign. Like, the way that campaign works is just so big and long that it kind of just goes on and on and on. And it's really cool how people have cycled out. But ever since joining that campaign, I got into other campaigns. So now I'm playing a Star Wars campaign and I'm playing a 5e campaign.
So that's another thing. Like, you say you play Star Wars. I saw that at one of the stores around here, and I think he had more Star Wars packs than anything.
Oh, yeah.
Over there in Casey, I want to say. I don't know if he's still there, but I've been in this store before. Oh God!
I don't think there's been a single episode you haven't burped.
Yeah, that's my specialty.
That's what I contribute to the podcast.
Yeah. Tell us about that Star Wars.
Yeah, man. So it started because we were doing this one campaign where it was kind of similar to D&D, where you create a character and you put in your race and what class you want to be, and then you put your traits and all that stuff. And then now it's morphed into a bigger campaign where now we are playing the crew of a ship, and we play like 4 different people, which is really cool because it adds a lot of depth to it. So like we'll have our bridge crew, which will be like the people that are commanding the rest of the team. And then if we've got people that are boarding another ship, we could play our raiders. And then if we're in a ship to ship combat, we've got our cannoneers. And then we've got our original characters that are what we're calling our Spec Ops team, because they're high level, but it's basically the same as regular D&D. The cool thing about the Star Wars campaign is that it operates on a D6 system instead of a D20. So you'll never roll a D20 or a D8 or a D10. It's all D6. And it boils down to the number of D6 that you roll. So if you've got high intelligence, then you'll roll 4 or 5 D6, and that gets you your base and your ceiling. But it's cool. And then the other cool thing about it is you've got what's called a wild die. And if you roll a 6 on the wild die, it explodes. So you can just keep rolling wild die if there's 6s, and you can just hit huge numbers.
Okay.
But it's such a unique gameplay style because man, you could do basically anything. You know how there's a common mantra in D&D. This is don't split the party, never split the party.
Yeah.
Oh man, in Star Wars, you split the party. You split. There have been times, because my character is a spy, there have been times where I've just gone off by myself and like had to hack some computers so the rest of the team can get into the building that I'm in. It's really neat. It's a really fun interface. And the way that my DM is playing it now with the different levels of the ship and maintaining the ship. We have a whole system of like how much inventory we have on the ship and how many credits we've got and the number of crew. And it's really cool. It's really in depth.
Okay.
But totally different from D&D because it's like, melee is different. It's not the same. You're not rolling strength to hit. It's like your roll against their defensive roll. It's very weird.
Okay.
But cool. It's pretty neat.
I have been curious about it because I knew basically all I knew about it was it did revolve around the D6, but I had no other clue past that. And I've always thought, like, when you get outside of the Star Wars movies and you start looking at the now non-canon expanded lore, it always felt like those books and comics and stuff were just like this weird one-off adventures and this weird far edge reach of space that you never touch, and like it's never been touched by a Skywalker. That's why there's some random bug alien here and that's all that exists on this planet. And why is it that so the idea of a D&D style thing for Star Wars kind of always intrigued me because it's a very expandable world.
Yeah, and so my DM tried to keep it so that there weren't so many Force users. So there's one of us who is a Jedi, and only I know that he's a Jedi. And because my character is a rebel spy, I like don't tell the rest of the party that he's a Jedi. So I kind of keep his. So it's pretty cool because I'll like whisper to him like, "Dog, use your Force heal."
No, it's like with eggs over here. He's the were rat.
I'm a halfling cleric who can also turn into a were-rat.
He barely controls the were-rat.
I got full control over it now. You weren't there for the last one.
You did get full control last time.
I'm fully in control of it.
Nice. That's sweet. Extra strength on a halfling.
I grow about 2 feet whenever I transform.
That's right.
My rat transformation.
He's about to permanently transform just for the speed buffs.
Right.
Like normal walking speeds. Yeah.
What I do like, I also kind of wanted to get into like Warhammer. But Warhammer looks like it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I've watched guys play it. They pulling out the measuring tape. And I'm like, wait, dude, you got to do what?
Yeah, and I heard with Warhammer, you got to spend a lot of money to set up because you got to buy a lot of pieces because it's military strategy more than like your personal strategy because you're like moving units to counter other units. It's really weird.
And some of those pieces are like $200.
Yeah.
You know, the store that is close to here, I've been in there a few times and I watched the guys play, and guys coming in here with these big giant book bags with all their army men in it and custom paint jobs. Like, I think that's what I like about it. I like, you know, the building part, the custom paint jobs. It just looks it looks good. But when he pulled out the measuring tape and the ruler, and I'm sitting there like, all right, this might be above my scope right here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's expensive.
I remember the first time I didn't play it, but the first time I saw something with Warhammer I was with one of my uncles, and he was taking me to go look at this game shop that he frequents with his friends. And he normally just plays board games and card games and stuff with them there. But he was showing me around, and he's like, and then they got this basement area, and he opens it. We walk down there, and there's like 7 or 8 like folding table size tables down there, like the 4-foot tables, all pushed together, and then a fully built like castle and everything. Just it's like a mini city just built onto this table. And he's like, yeah, they're playing Warhammer there on the weekends, and I'm like, that's
insane.
I'm like, that's too much.
It's insane. The lore of Warhammer is super cool though. If you ever like watched YouTube videos on it, dude, it's super neat.
I would like for them to make a movie about it.
They are. They're making a show. Yeah,
Really?
Henry Cavill is the executive producer.
Oh,
Okay.
Because he's a big Warhammer guy, man.
Really?
Yeah. And he was a big Witcher guy too. But you know, I don't know if you heard what happened with the whole Witcher thing. And
No.
oh man, there was a whole kerfuffle with him and the writing staff because he's such a like diehard fan, and he was all about the lore. But the writing staff didn't give a shit about the lore, and so they went against the grain a lot of times, and he got really mad about it. And the director, the showrunner, they like we hate working with Henry because he keeps telling us like we're doing things wrong. And it's like,
Right.
It's because you are.
Yeah, it's like because you are. And now they replaced him as Geralt.
Oh man.
Yeah, because like he was just like, I'm not. This is crap. This is garbage. And it's ever since that announced, dude. There have been so many people that just let go of it. They're like, this show is garbage. We hate it.
Yeah.
So what I heard about the Warhammer series is that he's executive producing, and he's got guarantees that they're going to listen to him when he says you're doing this.
Okay.
That's
So
All right. That's kind of cool.
yeah.
So with RPGs, what would you say is like your favorite video game of RPG?
See, the problem with RPG is it's a very vague term.
Nah.
Role-playing game. There's action role-playing game. There's adventure role-playing game. There's turn-based role-playing games. There's tactics role-playing games.
Massively multiplayer online role-playing
Like
games.
role-playing games, hell, honestly, any game that you play a character in is technically a role-playing game.
It is.
Even fucking Call of Duty, if they given your character a name in the story, that's a role-playing game.
It is a role-playing game.
True.
And I guess I never looked at it like that. I always, when I think of role-playing game, I think of turn-based. That's the ones I cannot
That's a very
stand.
limited scope of role-playing game. Typically,
So you never played KOTOR?
No.
Oh man, that's a good one if you like Star Wars.
Okay, I do. I love Star Wars.
That's a throwback. You can get KOTOR on your phone now.
Really?
It's like $8.
Now, what did that come on originally?
I don't even know.
Okay.
Xbox, the original Xbox,
I do have it.
maybe PlayStation 2.
I do have that too.
I bet that's probably KOTOR was a good one, man. That's a good one.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
But it's turn-based. Don't get me wrong. It is turn-based game.
Because my buddy, R.I.P. Lorenzo, he was a Final Fantasy junkie. Like, I remember going over his house. He's sitting in the basement playing Final Fantasy. What the fuck is that?
Ladybug.
Okay,
Dang.
that's good luck, right?
If it lands on you.
As long as yes, you don't want it to land on you.
Anyway, he was a Final Fantasy junkie. And I would sit there and watch him play this game. I'm like, this game is so stupid. But like, he loved it. You know, that was his game. You know, I respected it. I know Final Fantasy is your game.
I love Final Fantasy. Yeah,
The last one I saw you play, I could play that one.
that was
15?
16.
16?
That one I can get into because it wasn't that turn-based. In the game that we were going to play for one of the podcasts, Near Autonoma.
Mm-hmm.
It's a role playing game, but I like it.
Yeah.
Like,
It's an action role playing game.
I wasn't disappointed because when I started playing, I was like, okay, this kind of reminds me of
Bayonetta?
No. It's a old school game.
Okay.
Oh, kind of remind me of Life Force.
Okay. I've never played that one.
So
guess
it's
I
like with the ship, and it's kind of like side scrolling. You got the thing, the ships coming at you, and they throwing like the orbs at you, and you gotta. Then you pick up an
shoot 'em
orb.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it kind of reminded me like that in the beginning, but then after you get out of the ship,
There it is.
against the grain. Woo, that one stank too. Anyway, keep that. When you get out the ship and you're walking around, I was like, okay, all right, I can give this a shot.
I know we're gonna talk about the game more once it comes to us actually discussing it. What was going through your mind when I said, here's an RPG that I love and it opens you up in a shoot 'em up?
I'm gonna hate it. when he gave me the game, I was like, I'm gonna hate this game.
What,
I know
Nier?
Nier Automata.
Near
yeah.
Autonoma. I said I was gonna hate it, and I've played a few hours into it. I got a few hours into it. Not nearly as far as I want because I was just kind of just exploring, and I wasn't doing any missions at the time. But the few bosses that I did fight, I was like, okay, this is cool. I can get with this. I just had a couple of little gripes that kind of annoyed the shit out of me, but other than that, it's a pretty solid game.
Yeah.
But we'll talk
get
about
to
that
more.
Yeah.
One thing I love about Nier Automata, and it's kind of bouncing off the whole shoot 'em up thing, is the game does a really great job, and a lot of RPGs I think do this, is the story is a big part of RPGs a lot of the time.
Big time.
And one of the things Nier Automata does is a big theme in the game is looking at things from a different perspective. That's like the theme of the story.
And I got that.
And they force you to do that by literally changing the perspective of the game as you go through it. So like you'll have sections of it that are shoot 'em up, or you'll be running through an area and all of a sudden you're in a 2D platformer, or
kinda cool.
you'll go into a different area and the camera goes top down. Like so it's like they force that idea upon you literally and then tell you a story about that. So it's
And that was one thing I thought that was dope about that game, because when you walk in and they change the whole camera screen, I'm like, damn, that's kind of neat, you know. So I dug that part.
That's like the old school Resident Evil where it was all camera based. Resident Evil 2 or whatever one that was.
It's like 1, 2, and 3. I think they're all like that.
Yeah.
It's damn against the grain.
I'm telling you though, you would love, if you like the open world style and like exploring and shit, you're gonna love Skyrim.
Then that's one thing that I do like. I like to explore. Zelda, Tomb Raider,
Zelda's
Uncharted.
an RPG.
Zelda's an RPG, yeah.
Zelda's the best RPG ever made. Hands down.
Nah, it's Baldur's Gate 3 for sure.
Hands down.
Baldur's Gate 3, man.
Baldur's Gate 3 is fantastic.
It's so good. In terms of the conversation of like tabletop versus video games, Baldur's Gate 3 is the best representation of a tabletop game on a video game that I've ever played.
Okay.
Without question.
It's pretty much literally what we play every Sunday when we're sitting there. Just the game does all the calculations for you.
It does all the math that you need to do.
You say, I want to go here. I want to fight this person with this attack.
I need a computer,
and then the
man.
game rolls the dice for you
I ain't
and
got
does
no
all the
money.
math.
I'm poor. Because it's all
Bro.
PC, right?
Man, I financed mine. I financed my computer on a firm or whatever.
Yeah.
Fine.
That's how I got this chair.
It's just expensive. But
Keeper, whatever the other one is. So many of them. I would like to get a PC, but I don't have a place to put it.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I don't have a place to put it. Maybe one of my kids move out or something. I do something
You just
like
got to
that.
kick them out. You don't have to wait.
I kind of have to. they ain't legal yet. One almost there.
But when you guys told me that you wanted to talk about RPGs and like tabletop and stuff, I started thinking about like the one of the really cool things I like about tabletop RPGs that you can't get in a Baldur's Gate or a Skyrim, no matter how hard you try, is that it's so expansive because on a tabletop, bro, it's up to your imagination and your DM's imagination, and anything can happen.
Oh yeah.
In Baldur's Gate, they're restricted because they got to code it. You know what I mean? And
Right.
they code the characters, they code the language, they record all of the dialogue. You can't. You know what I mean? If one day your DM could come up with some random piece of dialogue.
And he has.
Yeah, and he has. And it just throws you for a loop. And you're like, I had no idea this was going to happen. And then you could do something that equally throws him for a loop. And he's like, oh, shit, I didn't expect you to do that.
And we have.
and we have.
Yeah.
And that's so like, you know, I like the way Baldur's Gate looks. It's a pretty game. All video games nowadays, anyway, look really good. The tabletop side of it is just like, I feel like it's so much more expansive with what you could do.
And another thing that I thought was cool about our campaign is that we added the monitor.
Oh yeah,
the
hell
TV.
yeah.
Because when we first got there, we was using like these the
old school.
the maps, the papers,
maps and
you had
the
to draw.
marker,
Yeah.
That's old
It
school.
was dope. But then when I saw some of the guys on TikTok, and I was like, man, that looks slick. And then I was like, hey man, I think we should try this. And shoot, a couple months later, we was
Fully into it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I bet you those are so easy to build. Those gaming tables, you just pop a TV into a table.
me and Egg supposed to
So
build one.
we may or may not be talking.
I mean,
about
listen,
that.
I think that's a moneymaker.
Hey, we talking about it. I got the table. We just haven't got together because time.
Well, you know what's funny? So we're playing Kingmaker, the Pathfinder campaign. I just went and bought it on Steam. It was like $7. Yeah, I seen it and I told our DM, I was like, don't worry, I'm not gonna spoil it, but I might and just keep it to myself.
I've been half tempted to play it myself and just be like,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get on her PC because I've seen some cool games I wanted to play.
Yeah, once consoles go all digital, you might as well go PC.
Oh, you might as well.
Because if the consoles are going to be digital, you might as well just do digital on PC.
But like we said before, I like the physical. You know,
Have the
because it's
game,
money in it.
I dig.
It's money in it. Like between our collections, we got thousands of dollars worth of stuff, and I hope it never goes away, but I know it is. So I'm just trying to stock up.
You know, as soon as they release all digital consoles, all these games are going to skyrocket.
Everyone.
Not everyone, but the NFL games and stuff are still going to be $1. But
Yeah.
Unless you got like, it's a couple of them out there. I think it's one for the Dreamcast. That's worth a lot of money.
Fantasy Star Online.
I think something like
That's
that.
probably the one.
It's like a Madden. No, it's like a 2K.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
there's
It's like one 2K that's like worth a
dude.
lot of money.
Yeah, the one with T.O. on the cover.
Yeah.
That's the best game. That's the best football game I've ever played. Madden can't hold a candle to that. That's 2K5.
Yeah.
ESPN Football 2K5. That had Boomer in it. Remember they had the halftime show in that game.
Yeah. Well, we about halfway.
yeah, we're exactly halfway.
So we gonna go ahead and get into.
Trick number 2.
Let's get into this.
Hell yeah.
What are you showing off? Tell the audio listeners. Don't just
How you
hold it.
say this shit?
So there's some debate about that. I've heard it's Glenfiddich, but a lot of people say Glenfiddich, but I've heard that it's actually pronounced Glenfiddich.
See, I thought it was Fittich, but when you came in here, you said it. I was like, huh?
There's this old show that was called Three Sheets, and it's this dude that goes around and just drinks, and by the end of it, he's smashed. And that's where I heard for the first time somebody say it's actually Glenfiddich.
All right, so it's either Glenfiddich or Glenfiddich. This is a very expensive bottle,
Hell yeah.
and this is the most expensive bottle that we've ever had on this episode. This show.
I'm honored.
Yeah, and I wanted to bring it to him because he's actually going to Scotland soon. So we're gonna pour up. This is single malt Scotch whiskey. Check it out. This bottle is very expensive.
See, my whiskey of choice, I usually like to drink Crown Royal.
Oh yeah, I'm a Crown.
Were you drinking Crown at my wedding?
Yes. I am a Crown connoisseur. I got bags you've never seen before.
I used to, one time I was in Myrtle Beach and I got this one. It was a Crown Royal. It was like one of the whiskeys that they put in the blend just by itself.
Okay.
It was pretty good.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and try this Glenfiddich.
Oh, that is silk.
Butter.
That's pretty
That
damn good.
is silk.
That is butter.
Now this is more peaty than I like. You know that smell? That's like the peat.
Yeah.
This is more peaty than I usually like a Scotch, but that is silky damn smooth, man.
No burn.
No burn at all. Thank you for sharing that with me.
Oh, yeah, man.
Has a good flavor too. There's a bit of sweetness to it.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot. It's not an overpowering sweetness.
Yeah. I'll drink this whole bottle in one sit.
Yeah.
I can see how this would be an expensive bottle.
Yeah.
So my buddy Jason, he's actually my Star Wars DM. He's a big whiskey connoisseur, and he's got this really nice Scotch, and he'll break it out every so often. And we were hanging out one time, or he was chilling with our friend AJ. He pours this really nice whiskey, and AJ just right down, and he goes, "That's the last time that I give you a nice Scotch."
you don't shoot this.
You don't shoot
you gotta,
this.
This is a
taste
enjoy
it.
it.
Yeah,
I don't smoke cigars, but this is a cigar sipping.
this is. I thought about bringing some cigars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a cigar guy. I've tried it a couple times and I just can't get into it.
I was told though, in Scotland, not to call it Scotch.
What
It's
they call it?
just whiskey.
They just call it whiskey.
They just call it whiskey. Because if you call it Scotch, you're branding the whiskey from Scotland.
Okay.
Because it is whiskey.
So when you get over there, are you going to do with the Guinness?
Oh, hell yeah, bro. In Dublin, I can't wait. I can't wait to go to Dublin and have some Guinness. But we're going to Talisker. So in Scotland, we're going to go to Isle of Skye and we're going to go to the Talisker Distillery. It's
Okay.
another good Scotch.
Okay. I need to give you some money. Like, bring me something back. bring me another one of these back right here.
I haven't been to Scotland, but I've got a few Scottish friends, and I went over 4 years ago. I went over to Wales,
Nice.
and they came down to Wales to meet me and another friend from the UK there, and it's a very pretty place. Like it's weird to call it old because
So
it's
old.
kept up.
It's so old.
It's old,
Green and old.
but well, it's kind of kept up. Like it's like
I believe it.
pretty. It's old, but it's a pretty old, I guess.
As I've seen people, they showing like their houses off, and these houses are like 800 years old.
Yeah, right?
And I'm like, damn,
Older
the
than
house is
this
still
country.
standing. These houses that they build now won't even make it that age.
No.
Oh, well, dude, they make fun of us because we build our houses out of wood.
Yeah.
Their house is all built out of stone
And clay.
and clay. Yeah.
Right. It's just
They,
crazy.
well, I mean, and that's why 800-year-old buildings still live.
Right. I said I always wanted to go over there. I got a buddy over there. He stay in England. Or is it the UK or whatever? I don't know what he called, but he stay over there. He's a motorcycle racer.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, he drags some knee around some corners. He a good dude. And well, we chopped it up, and he was saying like how people talk on TV. They call that posh. That's posh talking. He was like, we don't sound like that. This is how we really sound. And he said some stuff. I bust out laughing. I was like, I don't understand shit you say. I thought people talk more posh, but he's like, no, that's just like the uppity people. They talk like this.
Ain't that funny, dude? They invented the language. They don't even speak it right.
Yeah, it is crazy. He said they don't speak it right. Oh man. So if you do get over it, when you go over there, tell us about the video game stores over there. You got to hit at least one.
I'll try. We're going to be in London for a day, and I'll bet you I'll find a good one. But
Right.
in Scotland, I don't know. We'll see. I'll look.
If you can stand.
Megan's getting a tattoo, so
Okay.
while she's doing that, I might try to slide around Edinburgh and see where
Yeah,
see if there's a
you
spot.
know, find something.
Yeah.
Are you landing in London and taking a train all the way?
Landing in London, taking a train, and then we're gonna rent a car and drive around Scotland.
Okay. So I landed in London when I went and took a train all the way up to Wales, and the thing that baffled me the most is like Wales is the top right before it turns into Scotland.
Yeah.
It was like 6 hours to cross the entire country.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah. It's tiny country.
it for me to drive to go visit my mom takes longer than to get across the entirety of the UK.
Ain't that some shit?
It's like
That's crazy.
It's a 4-hour train from London to Edinburgh.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how fast the train is going, but I'm from New Jersey. And if I drive from the tip of New Jersey to the other end of New Jersey, it's a 4-hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
So you're talking about the United Kingdom is about the size, maybe roughly slightly bigger than the state of New Jersey, which is a tiny little state.
yes, it surprised me. Not necessarily how small it is, but it was just like. And the thing is, I always hear people from the UK, the friends I've made, stuff. They hate traveling. And then it since I've gone over there, it's baffled me to be like, you can travel the entire country
In a day.
In a day,
Right.
you can take a weekend trip around the whole thing.
A whole weekend. Huh? That's crazy. But let's get back on task, man.
Yeah, I was about to say, speaking of RPGs and the UK, did you guys ever play any of the Assassin's Creed games?
I have.
I've played some of the earlier ones. I played up to I played Assassin's Creed 2 and then like the Ezio trilogy.
Yeah.
And then I played Assassin's Creed 3 and I played Unity. Unity was that one that came out and was a buggy mess where
It
like
was
the
a huge
faces were
mess.
missing and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the last one I've played.
See, I played Unity after they fixed all the bugs, and that's my favorite. I played up to Syndicate. I
Okay.
stopped at Syndicate. The story is great. The way they weave the story throughout all of them. Great game.
I've played them all. I bought the last one I got is the Mirage one. That's the shortest one. I've 100% at that game
Damn.
in like a week, which is crazy for an Assassin's Creed.
That is crazy.
But I think my favorite one is Odyssey. No, it's not Odyssey. Is it Odyssey? Which
The
one
Greek
was the
one?
pyramid? No.
That's
That's Odyssey, I think.
no, Odyssey
No.
is Greece.
Odyssey is Greece.
Egypt is
Origins.
Origins.
Okay.
That's my favorite one.
You just wanted to play Prince of Persia.
It's so good. When I say Origins
Throwback.
is so good, it's a very good game. That is my favorite. Syndicate was one in London, right?
Yeah.
That one was fun.
That was the first one where they introduced the two.
Yeah.
Where you had the brother and sister and you,
Yeah.
you could swap between them.
Yeah. I liked Syndicate, and Odyssey was good. Odyssey's big.
Yeah, I heard Odyssey was huge.
Odyssey is huge. I only explored one island, and I've 2 weeks just one island.
I think my problem with it was by the time Unity came out, that was when they were in their cycle of pretty much releasing it every other year.
Yeah.
And I kind of got Assassin's Creed outed.
Yep.
I'll
And
give
then
you
by the
that.
time I was like, I could go for another Assassin's Creed, Sony released Ghost of Tsushima, which is just Japanese Assassin's Creed.
Fantastic.
And it's a
game.
fantastic game. I played that and I was like, I'm good. I
Fantastic
don't need to
game.
play Assassin's Creed anymore.
Yeah, that scratched the itch I had.
Oh, fantastic game.
I never played that one.
It's very good. It's
You missing
Assassin's
out.
Creed, but you're a samurai.
Oh,
It's
that's
so
sick.
good.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
dope.
good.
And you can choose to be like a respectful, honorable samurai where you can like go up to people and challenge them to duels. And it's just it's just a one swipe duel kind of thing where you
Yeah.
stand at each other and then you wait and then you've got to like kind of predict when the enemy is going to go attack you and you've got to attack just before, and it's like a whole, you can be an honorable samurai or you can go rogue, and
Yeah.
that's when you get into the more Assassin's Creed stuff where you're like climbing buildings and stuff, and you make homemade bombs and you can like drop them into buildings to blow up enemies that are in there, and
Damn.
Yeah.
it's really good.
When did that game come out?
2021.
Oh shit! So it's like kind of new.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
snap!
Yeah, if you got
Is it on Steam? I might have to look that up.
I don't know if they've released it on Steam or not yet. I haven't paid attention.
Yeah, my buddy just bought it, and I told him like, "You're gonna love this game. That is a fantastic game." He hasn't played it yet because I think he just bought his systems today, and so he had to go to work. He said he'd get off at like 1 a.m. I'm like, "You gonna be up all the rest of the night playing that game? That game is dope."
I was actually kind of happy when you suggested that today was the day you were going to record, because normally we'd be recording next weekend.
Oh yeah,
on
yeah.
our because he and I record every other week, which gives us the time to kind of research some stuff for our topic and play the game that we normally play each week.
Right.
But next Thursday, Final Fantasy VII Part 2 comes out, and that's gonna be
That'd be the
Yeah,
they're like, it's a 100-hour game, and I was like, I'm gonna put 100 hours
yeah.
into it.
This is heads down, just playing the game.
Yeah.
So initially, I was gonna have to stop playing it to come record the podcast, but then you said, "Yeah, let's do it the week before," and I was like, "All right."
Yeah,
That worked. That worked for
my
us.
mother-in-law's coming next weekend, so
Okay.
I should have booked this. So just yeah.
So you ain't gotta be.
Nah, I like my
That's
mother-in-law. She's fun. So every time she comes up to visit, she always brings these sweets. And this time Megan's like, "What do you want her to bring?" I'm like, "Nothing." Every time she comes up, I put on 10 pounds. Like, God damn, nothing.
Oh man, this stuff got me a little busted.
So what would you say is your guys' favorite RPG?
Well, since you told me, you already know.
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which one?
Oh man, nah, that's the hard one right there.
I think in general, which is the best Legend of Zelda is a highly debated topic.
I know a lot of
me,
people are gonna say Ocarina.
I say Link to the Past, probably. my
Damn, go
favorite
way
one.
old school.
Yes, I think it's Link to the Past, Ocarina,
Yeah,
Majora's Mask,
Yeah.
Wind Waker, and Breath of the Wild seem to be like the big ones that everybody kind of fights over.
I heard a guy say on TikTok that Wind Waker was trash. I want to
Yeah,
smack him in his face.
He looked at it and said, "That's too cartoony. It can't be a good game."
No, that game's great.
It was a deviation from the way they usually did their graphics, but like it's still a damn good game.
Yeah.
That's the last Zelda that I played.
Oh, is it?
Is Wind Waker? Yeah.
You missed out on the best one then.
You doing
Twilight
yourself
Princess.
you doing yourself a disservice.
Oh, I've also missed out on Breath of the Wild.
Oh.
Twilight Princess was everything that Ocarina of Time was, but better.
Yeah.
It's the world's a little bit bigger, the story's a little bit bigger, the combat's a little more expanded, the enemies are bigger. Like they have you ever played The Shadow of the Colossus?
No.
No. The Twilight Princess to me has the best dungeon designs, the best boss fights, and I'll say best story.
Agreed.
But
I'll give you that.
it's best story in the way that it's the most entertaining to watch, like a movie kind of thing.
Okay.
Whereas I think like Wind Waker is a more thought-provoking story in a way. Wind Waker is the story of seeing the aftermath of a world that's been flooded, and you go in and you meet with the remorseful king that allowed this to happen and stuff. Whereas Twilight Princess is like an action movie kind of thing.
Oh snap.
And it's Ganondorf has escaped from the realm of the void, and now he's it's like
He's back.
and you're going in fighting off the Twilight that's taking over the world, and and it's my favorite story in the way that it's just
Was it
fun.
Was it GameCube that came out?
Yeah, it was
GameCube and Wii.
Yeah.
GameCube and Wii? I forgot about the Wii. So what do you think makes a good RPG? Because you laid out a whole bunch of elements while you were describing Wind Waker, and it got me thinking, like, because you said, like, dungeon design. I never thought, like, yeah, that's actually a good idea. Like, got to put some dungeon design into your RPGs.
One thing I've noticed about most RPGs, which I like the most, is the art, the graphics. Most RPGs have, like, some of the best artwork done. Like, you showed me a video of that Final Fantasy, and I was like, man, this game looked fantastic. And they usually go into like more detail when they doing like RPGs. I've seen Skyrim, like Skyrim looks big, and dudes, my homeboy was telling me like, you see that mountain over there? I was like, yeah, I could walk to that mountain. I'm like, damn, I can walk all the way over here, cross this map, go up to the top of that mountain, and take a shit, and then come back. I was like, okay, but I never played it. I just saw him play it. I'm probably doing myself a disservice.
You are.
Yeah, definitely, dude. That's one of the better games of the last 20 years too.
Because
that's why they made 8 versions of it.
Yeah.
See, because my homeboy said like Skyrim and what was the other one? Fable. He said, "You never played Fable?"
Good.
I was like,
Fable's good.
Fable.
Fable is good. I gotta give it. And there's another one coming out soon.
So they say. They announced that like what 4 years ago now, and we haven't heard another thing from it.
No, they put out a teaser trailer last year.
Oh, did they? Mm-hmm. I must have missed that one.
Yeah, it was a teaser. There's a famous actor in it, and I can't remember who.
Okay.
I think it's the dude from Flight of the Conchords. And I don't remember his name.
Okay.
The New Zealand dude.
Yeah,
I think he's from New Zealand.
I don't know his name.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think because I know Flight of the Conchord, but I'm trying to think.
He's the dude with the glasses.
The hell's his name?
I don't know his name.
It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm gonna get home tonight and I'll be like, God damn it, that's his name.
He's the voice of that gas alien in Rick and Morty, if you remember that episode. Fart. Mm-hmm. His name is Fart.
That's a fantastic show. Rick and Morty.
Will you shut the fuck up about Moon Man?
Rick and Morty is so funny, man. Like, if you ain't seen it, you sleeping. That show is
I'm pretty
funny.
sure everybody's at least seen one season of Rick and Morty at this point.
I watched everyone.
So good. Gets dark, though.
Yeah.
I guess to not actually answer your question, what makes a good RPG? Simple answer is I don't fucking know. Because I was thinking about it, and there's like a bunch of elements that I'm like, well, the reason I love this game, this RPG, is because of this. And then I think of another one, and I'm like, well, that doesn't have that. Like, Nier Automata. I've already told you, and I'll say it again when we talk about it. Nier Automata is probably my favorite. It's in my top 3 games of all time.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
And it's probably my favorite RPG. And it's because the gameplay is fun, and the story is fantastic.
I'll give you that so far.
Then I'm like, I also really like Pokemon. I wouldn't call Pokemon the greatest RPG by any means, but I really enjoy Pokemon. The story in every single one of them is absolute trash, and the gameplay is okay. Like, once you get into the nitty gritty of Pokemon, you can find...
You already know who my favorite character is, and he ain't on there no more. Once they took him off, I got up off. I'm like, all right, this is it.
So it's like, then the dungeons. Game I love is Dark Cloud. That's a PS2 RPG. The dungeons are entirely randomly generated, and it's like a slow-moving kind of thing where you've got to balance resources and hunger and water as you're going through these dungeons floor by floor.
That's kind of dope.
It's fun. Randomly generated is not good dungeon design.
No.
So then you look at something like Zelda, like I said, Twilight Princess. Fantastic dungeon design. And it's like, I don't know to me what exactly makes it a good RPG. Because a lot of people I could see thinking RPGs are just numbers. Watch little number get bigger, but
true.
Because I don't know. I don't know what makes...
I feel like what really makes a good RPG is the story. I think you gotta have a great story. You gotta have a role to play in that story. So even if it's like a Skyrim where you're just some random character that you make, or it's a Baldur's Gate where you're a random character that you make, but you like slide into the story in the same way that all the other characters do. So you got to have a role to play, because obviously role-playing games. And I feel like there's a lot to do with the combat. Because even if like Baldur's Gate's not a good example of like a dungeon diver. Like, you're not diving into the dungeons and in Baldur's Gate and like expecting good dungeon design. You can get that in Skyrim.
Yeah.
But even if you don't have like a bunch of really good dungeons, you're still going to find good combat. And it sounds like Nier it's a good story and it's good combat.
It is some good combat.
And I don't know what what your role is in the story, but it sounds like you've got one.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
It's a pretty good game. You should pick it up and try it out.
I think it's on Steam. I know my buddy was playing it.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. one thing.
I will warn you on the Steam version. I don't know if they've updated it. The Steam version, you need to download a mod for it to run smoothly if you play
crap. All right,
So-
While y'all still Granny, I don't know, what's the name? I want to get into this cello.
You want some cello?
Oh, yeah.
I want some cello.
Which one? You want the
I want the cherry. Yeah, let me get the cherry.
Cherry cello?
Cherry cello. Look, check that out, y'all. Cherry cello. My man make this in his basement, even though we don't have basements in South Carolina. But he make it somewhere.
That's the special reserve. Help yourself, man. Don't worry about being stingy on that.
No,
I ain't worried about it.
Because if I don't like it, I'm gonna tell you.
Well, I'm just telling you, it's going to have a little bit of a cough syrup flavor to it, but it is going to be smooth.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Have you tried Malort?
Malort. I don't know what that is.
Do we make him try it? Do we make him try it?
Yes.
What is
yes. So, King Buns, he introduced us to a drink that we tried on one of our episodes. And I don't even want to give it away, but you have to try it.
Yes, Malort.
Ah, yes.
All right, we're going to do some Malort.
Our buddy Rick is doing the Malort challenge.
Keyword challenge.
Oh, no.
Do we do it now or do we wait closer to the end of the episode?
You got to do it to the end. That's
Do it
no
at the end? All
You
right.
got to do it at the end.
I don't want to smell it.
I want him to finish what he's
Smells like a
drinking.
problem.
What is it made out of? It looks like a bottle of piss.
That's what it looks like.
It's not piss, is it? Y'all ain't...
It's not piss. You're keeping that in there. Back to this. This what was this? Cherry cello?
That's the wild cherry, yep.
Wild cherry cello. This is very good.
I'm going to have a little bit.
I don't get cough syrup, not initially, but like on the end after you just kind of just sit there and it kind of tastes like cough syrup on the back end. Mm-hmm. But when you
It's really sweet.
yeah, it's really sweet. It's good though.
Yeah.
I might like this more than the lemon cello.
Oh, we'll bust out the lemon.
It's smooth too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fuck you up.
It really will. You don't know. So when I made the limoncello, I used all the handle of Everclear.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
A whole handle.
an entire handle of Everclear.
We used half a bottle last week.
So it'll mess you up. Yeah, you were drinking Everclear?
We made a paint can,
Paint can.
which is a 2-liter Mountain Dew, which is sitting over there, a thing of concentrated lemonade, and half a bottle of Everclear.
That sounds gross.
It was fantastic.
tastes
Is it really?
good.
Damn.
Tastes so good. Tastes
So wait a
good.
minute. It's a whole thing of the country time?
It's a
No.
full bottle of a full 2-liter of Mountain Dew,
Yeah.
Like the frozen can.
and then the frozen can
Oh,
concentrated
lemonade.
lemonade.
frozen can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You thaw it out, pour it in there, and
Okay.
then half of a bottle of Everclear
And some ice.
and some ice. Yeah, you
Damn.
mix it together, and it honestly it just tastes like lemonade Mountain Dew mix. You don't taste the Everclear at all.
Oh shit.
Well,
Yeah.
I was fucked up. I drank like 5 glasses
Dude,
of it, and I was out.
In college, I had a bit of a drinking problem, and I stopped drinking vodka and drank Everclear instead because I was like, it's half the price and double the alcohol, so I can reduce the amount of shots that I put in my drink and still get equally fucked up. That was my calculation. I was being totally
That was a
economical
bad
about
idea.
it. It was a bad idea. It was a terrible idea. I woke up in the morning one day. I was like, I'm gonna get a screwdriver, pop some Everclear, and I'm like, this is great. Halfway through the day, I'm fucking toast.
Oh man, I like this though. This is good stuff right here. Cherry cello.
You want to try it?
I gotta finish this.
You over there, Granny
I'm
said.
sipping it.
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you supposed to do. we drinking rich today on Too Faded to Play. This is rich drinking right here. So you gotta sip and enjoy and savor.
I'm never gonna have another
Glenfiddich.
$200 something bottle of drink again. So I'm gonna join.
That is a $250.
So y'all
bottle.
got nicknames and shit. My nickname back in high school was RD.
RD.
RD. So for Ricky Dick.
I was gonna say that, but I was like, nah, I ain't gonna say that. That was the first thing that came to my head. I was just about to say it. Yeah,
Yep.
LSD is my biker name and my gamer name. Well, no, my gamer name is Woolly Nebula. But
I like that.
Yeah, Woolly Nebula.
I'm Dean Pritch, RD. that's my thing on everything.
So, what can our listeners find you on? Are you like on?
I'm on nothing.
Nothing.
Just YouTube. It's not what you think.
It's not what you think. What about
And I'll leave a link in the description for that.
I will. I've considered starting a YouTube channel as Dean Pritchard. I probably have it, but
Yeah.
But if you want to find me on Discord, at Dean Pritch RD, or on Steam, at Dean Pritch RD, or on any of the other gaming platforms, at Dean Pritch RD.
There you go, man. Like I
Send
said.
me gift games.
Yeah, send me gifts,
Yeah, please. And
and I'll send you some cello.
the cello's good.
It's good. I've had the lemon before. The lemon was very good.
Well, that one had more limes in it. This has just purely lemon.
That's all lemon? Let me
Yeah.
Get some of that.
Yep. That stuff will fuck you up.
I believe it too. Oh, look
But-
at that shit. Look how it mixed with the purple.
But it'll, I'll tell you what, I've had some nasty hangovers on that. Nasty.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it,
This shit smell like pure
How
lemonade.
how exactly do you make it? Like,
yeah, it's so super easy, dude. You peel a lemon, and when you peel it, you want to try to get, like, as much of just the rind and none of the white.
Damn, that's all I taste too.
The lemon or the Everclear.
I taste that rind.
Yeah, so if you get the skin, it's bad. That's what makes it bad. And so you want to try to get as close to the skin as possible. And then once you peel all the lemons, you need maybe about, I don't know, 5 or 6, 7 lemons. You take all the peels, you put them in a jar, you put a bunch of Everclear in it, you let it sit for about a week, maybe 2-3 weeks. And then you can cut it. Once it's done and steeped, you cut it with simple syrup. And I just do a 1-to-1 of simple syrup. So I'll do I think I have it in mason jars. So I'll do like 4 cups of liquor, 4 cups of simple syrup, and then
Okay.
I'll put it into separate jars because obviously that doubles the output. So.
okay.
But my dad's made it in the past. He made a strawberry cello one time, and he cut it with a simple syrup that he made with, instead of water, he used cream. So it was like a really creamy strawberry. It was like a strawberries and cream. So good.
Oh man.
It was so good.
We need to get your dad on the podcast or bring some of that cream cello. Strawberry cream cello.
Well, I'm thinking this year when it's peach season to make a peaches and cream cello.
Ooh, fancy.
You know what I'm saying?
I like this, man. This got more bite than
The
cherry.
cherry.
cherry smooth. This one got some bite.
Yeah.
It's not bad though.
Well, the thing with the cherries is I think you got to use the whole cherries, as opposed to with the limoncello, you just use the skin.
Yeah.
So with the cherries, they got sugar in it. So when you cut it, it's already sugary, and then you cut it with sugar. That's why it's super smooth.
Well, we about out of time, man.
Yeah, we got a shot glass sitting here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
My lord.
My lord,
Yes, my lord.
if you'd like to look at the bottom,
Oh,
I'll allow you
shit.
to do so.
we at our time.
Carl
No,
Jepsen.
we gotta.
But before we go, he has to try the Malort.
Bitter taste is savored by two-fisted drinkers.
I'll let you pick the amount you want.
Oh, I'm going to do a
gonna
whole
put-
shot.
Alrighty.
Oh shit!
I mean, I'm
you got
sure
a big boy.
I'm sure it's garbage, but I ain't never scared.
Oh shit! You got a big boy over here. Oh my lord!
That is garbage. Oh my god. That tastes like fermented water out of a damn gutter.
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
awful.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of grappa. You ever tried grappa?
I've not.
It reminds me of grappa.
So this. so I guess for context,
Oh god! Oh
So-
god!
My lord.
Oh shit! So gross.
our DM at our game has asked me to bring this because he wants to try it.
No way.
And I keep forgetting to. But
Oh my god!
I keep telling him he doesn't want to.
He doesn't.
Yeah,
I'll
but-
tell you what. That's. I feel like that just aided in my digestion.
That's what it is. It's a digestie.
Get out of here.
It was way back in the day. You would
my God,
that was you would take a shot of that after you ate a meal, so it would kill anything in your stomach.
I'm about to look this shit up real quick.
Malort.
Oh man, that would kill tapeworms. If you got tapeworms, that would kill it.
That kills, it kills
Dude,
something.
that really does remind me of grappa.
Yeah.
Now, what's grappa?
Grappa's an Italian digestif, and I think there's going to be a bunch of angry Italians in your comment section now. I think.
I mean, no one watches.
I
So-
think
We ain't that big yet.
I think it's fermented grapevines.
Okay.
So when they make the wine, they use the grapes, but then they'll take the vines and make the grappa.
Okay.
Really?
I think that's what it is.
Now, where will we find this?
Grappa? You don't want to find it. Dude, it's bad, man. It's bad. I had it when I was in Italy, so I don't know where you would find it here. Probably Total Wine.
Yeah, because I'm
that's where
sitting
we
here
found
like,
that.
Yeah, it's trash.
I'm sitting here like, well, shit. Like, you haven't watched Monday's podcast. We drink all types of crazy stuff.
Oh
on
shit!
here.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna have to. My buddy's Lebanese, and he's got his family's. There's this liquor from Lebanon that's it's like sambuca. You ever have sambuca?
I never had heard of it. But
So
I
it's like
heard it.
that. It's like that anise flavor, that licorice flavor. But the alcohol from Lebanon, it's clear when you pour it. But what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to mix it with cold water.
Yeah.
And when you put the water in it, it becomes this cloudy white. It's banging. First of all, if you like the flavor, of black licorice, the shit's banging. But you'll be fucked up. Fucked up.
I'm about to get some of this.
I forget what it's called. I gotta text my boy and see what it's called.
Yeah, we always trying to find something new.
Y'all ever do flaming shots of sambuca?
Not yet.
No, we haven't.
We haven't got there yet. We don't want to burn this house down yet.
I used to do that in Rome. That was crazy.
But we tried some good stuff and we've had some bad stuff, and that is one of the bad stuff right there.
When I guess to put it in context, when we did our end of year list, we separated it between beers and liquors because each episode we drink a beer and we drink some kind of liquor. This was a part of the liquors, but we just said we're not even putting that in the running. Like we're like that's obviously
gonna
the
lose.
worst.
I mean, it tastes like trash, but I'll tell you what, I feel like I'm gonna be all right tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like,
But I'll wake you up.
hell yeah!
We drank that on episode 10 to celebrate our like
Double
episode
digits.
10.
You drank that for celebration?
Yeah, that was our challenge.
Yeah.
And he and I both went down to Domino's, or I'm sorry, Red Robin, and we got a Donato's pizza,
Yeah.
and we each ate half of the pizza just to get that taste out of our mouth.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's still
bad.
there.
It
It's
lingers.
lingering.
It lingers for a little bit.
It's lingering.
And
My lord.
one person, it was our buddy's wife. Mm-hmm. It's like we made her do it, and then she was like, "What's wrong with it?" And we all looked like,
Yeah,
"The
it's-
fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah, we're all at his house, and every time one of our buddies shows up, we're like, "Here, try a shot of this." We don't tell them anything, and they're all like, they're not enjoying it, obviously.
It's
and then-
Swedish.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then one of our buddies was like, talked his wife into it. So she gets a shot glass and she's standing there at the back door and she just goes, "What's wrong with it?" Like, no reaction. We're like, "What's wrong with you?"
We all
many
get quiet,
taste
like, "The hell?"
Just eat a hot piece of pizza? Like, the fuck's wrong with your taste buds?
Right.
Here's what Wikipedia says it. Malort has been described as infamous and the worst booze ever. So, let me get a little bit more.
Go for it. I'm not going to stop.
Yeah,
I'm not
wait.
drinking any more of it.
We can pour that in our car and then run.
Hold on, I gotta try it. I gotta try it again. I gotta know.
Oh, we got a double one. We
No,
got a
I'm
double.
not doing a full one this time. I remember it tasted like trash. It smells like trash.
It doesn't smell terrible, though. Like, it doesn't smell like what it is.
I tried to like. I tried to let it sit on my tongue to get the full taste. Oh, it's worse. It's worse.
The taste is awful.
I don't even know if this can help you right here.
Yeah, let me get a little. Let me get a little.
Go ahead and get some of that.
Get
some rich people drinking right
Try
there.
some of
Then
the
you want
cherry.
the cherry?
Get some rich people drinking right there. Yeah.
$20
man.
I gotta
bottle,
wash that trash.
$250.
Right. $250 bottle, $20 bottle.
Wash that trash out of my mouth.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and drink on some excellence right there. That's Rolls Royce.
You know what's funny? This smells like that tastes.
Yeah.
Isn't that some shit?
That's good,
The problem
man.
is, I think the problem with the Malort is like it doesn't smell good, but it doesn't smell anything like what it tastes.
Not even remotely.
So when you smell it and you're just like cheap liquor, and then you take it and you're like, oh.
It's bad.
It's awful.
I haven't had it since. I refuse to drink that. Mm-hmm. Even on my worst day.
Yeah.
I'd rather get.
I mean,
bottle
you know,
Seegers.
after it settles, I feel all right. I feel alive.
You drink that after a cold. You got a cold. That right there.
This cherry's really good.
I told you.
That
that
cherry's
right
nice,
there
right?
will kick coronavirus ass.
Hey, yo, I'll tell you what. I think Sweden had the lowest coronavirus. They're probably all drinking Malort. Mm-hmm. And I'll shit you not, bro. When coronavirus was first a thing,
Yeah.
I went out and bought 2 bottles of Everclear. And anytime I had the slightest tickle in my throat, I put a little cap, a little tiny bit
all
in the
you
cap,
need.
and whoop, right down. Never got sick. Ran out of Everclear, got coronavirus.
I remember at some point during the whole virus, there was, I don't know if it was a news article or what, I don't know where it was backed up. They said that alcohol killed the virus. Like drinking alcohol would kill the virus. And I remember my buddy, he was like, well, I'm an alcoholic, so I'm good. And I was like,
I'm never going to get sick.
and guess who didn't get it?
He didn't get it.
Oh,
Never had it.
oh my God.
That's hilarious, man. Hey, man, we appreciate you coming out,
Oh,
man.
of course, bro.
Yes, we do.
Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing your delicious scotch with me.
Yeah, the next time you be on, it ain't gonna be that delicious.
I'm gonna come with a bottle of grappa and make you guys. Yeah.
Payback. Hey, but I think we had our time.
Yep, we are very much at our time.
All right, that was a good episode, man. I appreciate you coming out, Rick.
course,
Shout out your podcast again.
Yeah, it's not what you think. You'll find us on YouTube. I don't think we're anywhere else. It's on YouTube.
Now, I'll have a link in the description.
Yes.
Scroll on down.
For the
and
sound
click
of
on it.
wood. Do the sound of
The
wood.
sound of
Link
wood.
the sound of wood.
The sound of wood.
Right. Yeah, so y'all check out their podcast. Check us out. Hey, subscribe, like,
Follow,
comment,
rate,
follow.
share, do
Hey,
all the things.
we still fighting to get to 100. We at 97, man. Come on, let's get up there to 100, man. I'm LSD.
Nah, Megs.
Peace.
See ya.